And then we stayed there. We went to a museum in my hometown.
This is
We
me
went to the
talking
park.
on my
We did,
last video.
and then you guys will not believe, but it's not a good ending. Unfreaking believable. You guys will not believe. You guys are gonna have to because this is too much talking, I think. And maybe you guys, I don't know. Hopefully you guys will watch the next video. It's you guys aren't even gonna believe it. Like it's definitely surreal, 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 surreal. Like
Okay, so what happened on that day? Okay, we went to the hotel and all that stuff. Went to two hotels, right? So I was telling you about what happens next is surreal. So, oh my God. While we were at the hotel, well, no, I'm gonna tell you when we went to the park. We went to the park. It's a park that is notorious. Supposedly, there's a casino in there, and whatever. There's some backstory about the casino. It's not about the casino. This is about the experience with my ex. Okay, so we went to the park, right? And I wanted to. That was his first time ever being in that park. This is my hometown, remember? So he went to the park, and I wanted to show him some like historical places in the park. So I wanted him to take a picture or whatever, like near it. Ow, my foot hurts. I dropped something on my foot earlier, and it's killing me. So we went to there, and then I wanted him to take a picture. There's some ducks there. They've been there since I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, I used to go there, see the ducks. I used to bring the kids there to see the ducks. Like my boyfriend's kids. Oh no, oh my god, my best friend's kids to see the dogs. Like it's just like one place. Everybody goes to that place. So anyway, I wanted to take the picture with the ducks. Um, they got some like veterans. Or not veterans. Well, yeah, veterans. Like people that were in the war and have since passed on. I think everybody's passed on. I'm not sure, but I know there's a couple of my uncles, well, my great uncles that were in the war that are there too. So I wanted to be able to show him the historical buildings there, some statues, the ducks, and the memorials and everything, right? So okay, he was like, yeah, that's a nice idea. We'll go to the park, whatever. We went to the park, and I wanted him to take some pictures. He wanted me to be in the picture. I was not trying to be in the picture because I was not looking the way I wanted to be looking, so I wasn't planning on taking no pictures. But I got in the picture with him anyway, even though I didn't want to. Then when we walked across the street so we could see the dogs, and then they got this like gazebo, and then on the gazebo, like they have like all the wall of the gazebo, they have like all the names of different people that were from my hometown that were in the war, different wars, and then all that whole side, like that whole, it's not a sidewalk, it's like a paved, I don't know, whatever. They have some more names, so I was like, well, you can go over here and see my uncles, my great uncles, their names, right? I'm like so freaking fat in this video. Like, what the frick is going on? I think I don't know. Whatever. I don't care if the scale is going down. But anyway, so we did that, right? And then I was like, oh babe, there were some ducks that came over by us. There was like maybe like three or something. And I was like, take a picture. I want to take a picture of you. And he's like, no. Like total different whole attitude, tone of voice, everything was like mad messed up. And I was like, why? And he's like, oh, I don't want to disturb the ducks. I'm like, disturb the duck. People come here all day long, every single day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, literally to this park. The ducks are not going to be disturbed. Like, they're not, you're not disturbing the ducks. They're usually humans. They're ducks in the park. Like, duh. So, anyway, it was a whole big old thing. No, I don't want to take no pictures, blah, blah, blah. And so, there's the thing that's messed up about that is that him and I, in the almost 4 years long of our relationship, we didn't get to take pictures together because he would be complaining, like, or he would not want to take pictures with me or have me. I would take some pictures of him. He would be fine with that, but we never took pictures together. That was one of the things that I really looked forward to. I mean, you do things, you go places or whatever. And so since this was literally the first time like we ever went out and did things that are like good things, like went to the museum, went to the park, went to well, we stayed at a couple hotels. Like it was just nice. I just wanted to keep memories of like having good times, fun times, and stuff like that. So I was like, let's take a picture. Let me take a picture of you with the duck. No, I'm like, why? They said that. So I was kind of I was really mad. Like I was upset. I was like, these are memories that we're making together, and they're good ones. Like back in the days, like when we used to do things, it was always in the house, and there weren't good memories like of all the time, like back in the beginning. Um, that was so I was like, I was pissed off. So I was like, you know what? If you're not gonna take pictures or like enjoy like capturing our memories on camera, like then why are we even here? Like just to be able to say it, like okay, but we should have some pictures so we can like look through them. You know, like a normal, like who has to explain all that? That's number one. Like, why would you have to explain that to somebody? Like, that doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. So I was mad about the fact that I had to even explain it in the first place, let alone the fact that it had to turn into an argument. Turn into an argument. I was like, you know what? Let's just drive back to the hotel. You don't want to have no memories. All right, tell me if you think I overreact about that. Like, do you think that that's like a normal thing in a relationship to like go places that are like nice, historical, whatever the case may be, and just take pictures together? Like, we don't have social media. We don't have Facebook. We don't have Instagram. We don't have Snapchat. We don't have any of those social media things. We don't have none of that. There's the only platform that I have right here is this YouTube thing. So it's, and even if it wasn't though, we both used to have Facebook like a few years ago, but we don't anymore. So why would you? But even if we did, like, what would be the problem? You know what I'm saying? And because he used to be posting pictures on social media all the time of him doing the dumbest shit, like drinking and freaking hanging out in the street corners, like just stupid shit. So, and all kinds of pictures on Instagram, Facebook, whatever other social media sites he used to have. So I'm like, why would you like be the type of person that would take all them kind of fucking pictures, but you don't want to take no picture with your chick? Like that doesn't make no kind of sense. So I was pissed off. So I drove back to the hotel, and on the way to the hotel, we were discussing it back and forth. We're kind of like arguing. It wasn't like a heated yelling, screaming argument, but I was already fed up. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this shit because this is supposed to be a clean slate. We're supposed to be like starting everything fresh and doing the things like we're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And you're like already resist. Like I'm not. This is just gonna be a pattern. So just forget it. So I'm just gonna pack my shit out of the hotel and I'm going home. And you can stay here. I already paid for the fucking hotel, so I was like, you can just stay here, and then we can just whatever. We don't have to talk again because I was pissed off. Everything is supposed to be fresh, brand new, normal. Like this is a clean slate, so that's what we're supposed to be doing. So you're not gonna be telling me no, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna take pictures. I'm not gonna do blah blah blah. Like that's not about to happen. So I left. When we drove to the thing, then we get to the parking lot, and he was like, "Turn around, let's go back to the hotel. I mean, let's go back to the park. I'm gonna take pictures with you." And I was like, "But no, because why are you gonna take pictures with me now? Are you gonna take pictures with me because I'm sitting here complaining about it because I want to do it, and you just are doing it because I want to do it, or what?" Because if that's the case, I'm not trying to be in like getting back together or getting in a relationship with you, and you're only doing shit that I want you to do. Like that's not the way it's supposed to work. The way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to do things that you're comfortable doing, things that's gonna make you happy. And if that doesn't include things that I'm doing or that I like to do, then you gotta do what you gotta do for you to make you happy. Like you can't just be doing shit. Okay, I'm caving in. You know, sometimes you guys might do things that each other doesn't like. Like, you know, I like fishing, I like sports, so I'm not really like a hard person in a relationship to complain with. If we're gonna go, you want to go see a football game, you want to go see a basketball game, you want to go golfing, you want to go fishing. I love all of that stuff, like big time. Okay, so big time. I'm an extreme football fan. I love basketball. I play basketball and I love watching it. I love playing golf. I like watching it. I know some people think it's boring, but I don't. So I'm not that type of person that's gonna be like, oh, I'm not doing like pretty much everything that he would like to do when it comes to sports and everything like that. I'm a big fanatic. I was an athlete growing up, so and that's just the way I grew up as an athlete, playing soccer for 7 years, and then I ran track. Like I used to want to play football. Anyway, when we were little, so when we were there in the back in the parking lot, and he was like, drive back to. I'm like now it's starting to get dark. Like it was literally getting ready to start getting dark out, and I was like, by the time we get there, it's gonna be probably dark, too dark to take pictures. And the whole thing is like ruined. Like, I was like, I don't even want to. And then he's like, no, let's just go. We'll use a flashlight if it's too dark by the time we get there. So I was like, well, do you want to go? Like, what reason do you want to go? And then he was like, because, I'm thinking about it, and it is important. You're right. Like, we should be doing this, and I should be doing this all along. Blah blah blah. So he ended up talking me into believing that he wants to do it because he sees the importance to me and for us to mark our relationship as like things we do. Okay, so we drove back there. We took pictures. Everything was cool. We held hands. We're just normal. But then it started like getting rainy. So we drove back after like maybe a half hour. So we couldn't really see the monuments because it was really starting to get really dark. So we just ended up, we stayed there for a little bit. We drove back home. Well, drove back to the hotel. Got to the hotel. It was cool. It was nice. Like, and then in the hotel, I'm trying to think. Well, we were at that one. But it was pretty cool, like back and forth. Like everything was pretty good. And then, oh, yeah, the next day, right? I'm gonna show you guys in this the last video. You guys might not see, so I'm gonna show you. But we ended up going because was it that night? I don't remember. I ended up telling him that I wanted to go to this place that I've driven past for years, like a long time, like many years, like at least like 10 years, like seriously. And I never went into the place. It's a place that has like haunted hay rides. I've never went to those. I would like to go to one. I just like that kind of stuff. But this place also has like a store. And the haunted hay ride thing is only open like around fall or whatever. But it's a store too. So in the front it's called, I don't know, something Western whatever. And they have inside like all kind of cowboy boots, cowgirl and boy hats and clothing that's cowboy specific. And I love cowboy boots. Oh my god, I love cowboy boots. I love cowgirl boots. I love cowgirl hats. I'm into it like big time. Always have been, right? I had some cowgirl boots. Like I had like probably like at least around 3 pair or so a long time ago, but they burnt. We had a fire. They were destroyed. This was a long time ago, so I never really got any more because they were just you got to get a quality pair. You know what I'm saying? So throughout the years, I kind of just like I would always think about like I want a new cowgirl. Like every time I buy a new pair of shoes and stuff like that. But I want some real genuine leather like cowgirl boots. Like long story short about that part is that we drove by this place, that place I'm talking about, and they were closed. And then it said on the store that it opens up the next day, whatever time it was, until like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So he was like, well, babe, we'll come back tomorrow or whatever if you want to go in there and look around and see what they got or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm like, if they do got some boots up in there like that I like, I'm getting some. So we go back to the hotel. We went to sleep. Well, we didn't go to sleep, but we ate dinner. We ordered food. We ate. We watched like some fishing stuff or whatever on TV. We talked. We played game, like all that kind of stuff. And then it got to be morning time, and it got to be early, like it was early in the morning or whatever. We woke up, and he was like, "Can you wake me up at?" I forgot what time he said, but he asked me to wake him up later, like a few hours later, because I don't sleep late in the daytime. I'm a early I'm an early bird person. I like to get up early in the morning. Hold on. So I'm sorry that my phone rang dinged. So anyway, he was like, "Wake me up at whatever time so we can go to He said, "Wake me up so we can go." So he was like, "Wake me up because I have a surprise for you that I'm gonna do." And I was like, "What?" Like I'm thinking like we're in my hometown. First of all, we're in my hometown. First of all, and you're how are you gonna have a surprise for me? Like, what do you? I can't imagine like what he could possibly be doing because he doesn't know anywhere where I live at. Like, he doesn't know anything about like where places are. Like, what could we be doing? Like, so um, like we went to the state park. I took him to the state park. I took him to the other park. I took him to my streets, like my family. There's streets. There's two streets. One's named after my grandpa, but they're both my grandfather's name, his first name and our last name. So I took him over there. I took him all around. Like I grew up around horses and stuff like that. So I took him. So I took him all over the place. Like I mean, there was still a lot of stuff. What? Okay, but you ain't calling. Sorry. Let's see, put this. Anyway, so he tells me to get up in the morning or wake him up or whatever. So I'm like, okay. I get up, I go outside, and I'm talking on the phone to my friend, right? And she talks for a million years. So I'm outside, and I'm talking to her on the phone. He comes out finally, like a couple hours later, and then he smokes a cigarette. And like at the hotel, okay. So when we went to the hotel, I had on my pair of sneakers. I do not wear sneakers just for the sake of wearing sneakers. I only want wear sneakers if I'm playing tennis or if I'm going to the gym or if I'm walking like for exercise, like to like burn fat. That's the only times that you will catch me in a pair of sneakers. Okay. I wore my. Let me see. What did I wear there? I brought a pair of heels, my slippers for the room because I don't walk on the floor without nothing on my feet. And then I brought. I don't know why I have my sneakers. What did I have my sneakers for? Because we were supposed to go play tennis at some point during the trip, during our little weekend getaway thing. We were supposed to play tennis, so I brought my sneakers. And then we had so we thought we were booking a hotel that has laundry there, so we were just gonna bring our laundry with us instead of doing it before we went to the hotel. So that way we could have more time at the hotel because we both had like some laundry that we wanted to wash of things that we were gonna wear. But it comes to find out that there wasn't a laundry facility in the hotel. We were so freaking mad. But the room was already paid for like 4 nights, and I just was like, I'm not. Well, I was so mad. The gym was closed there. We couldn't work out. I couldn't work out. It was just, but whatever. It was still a nice. It was a nice. It was okay. It was okay. I mean, he hated. He was mad, but it was still nice. We always get a suite. Well, that's what I always get. And then he, obviously follows through. This is his first time doing that with me. So my thing is a suite. My thing is a suite. So we had a king suite. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. So anyway, I need something to drink. Oh my god. Let me drink some water. I'm mad thirsty. Hold on. I know you guys not expecting me to be drinking water. Sorry about that, but I'm so thirsty. But anyway, so we had that, and then I only had like no clean clothes. We had to go because there was so much stuff. He had 2 pulls. The 2 days before we went, he had 2 teeth extracted. So we ended up having to go. We got no. Oh my god, we got in a freaking argument because he was in pain. His mouth was in pain. I told him ahead of time, like, let's just skip going to the hotel until you feel a lot better. Like maybe you need a few more days. We could just go another time. He was like, no, I want to go. We planned on blah blah blah. So long story short about that part is that like we're like a couple days into the hotel. his mouth was hurting. I'm obviously was nursing him when he came back from getting the extractions done and taking care of him like a baby, like I always do and did. So, that's how I am as a person. Like you could just be sitting there with like a broken finger and I'm like, oh my god, baby, are you okay? Like let me kiss him. I love you. Like that's how extreme I get. I can't help myself. So I'm taking care of him while we were at my place. We get to the hotel. He's like, oh, I'm fine. But then, like a couple days later, his shit was still hurting so bad. So I was like, "Let's go." He woke up at like I don't even know. I fell asleep on some movie we was watching. We was watching a movie or whatever it was, and I ended up falling asleep. I usually do, like on movies. I don't know why, but so I woke up and he was like, he was just sitting there. Like I was like, "What's wrong with you? Are you okay?" And he was like, "Oh, my mouth hurts, blah blah blah," and I can't sleep. So I was like, okay. First thing I did, I didn't even say nothing. I just like, okay, babe, hold on. I go in my phone. I look up, cause it was like 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that, or it was late. And I was like, let me try to find. He was like, we can go to the gas station. Maybe we'll get some like little Tylenol packets. I was like, no, 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 that's not even good enough. I'm gonna see. There should be a pharmacy that's open 24 hours, right? So he was like, "Oh, babe, we don't have to do all that, blah blah blah." Yes, we do. 'Cause you're in pain. Like I'm not gonna just go to some drive-by gas station and just get you a little tiny little packet of 2 tablets or something crazy. I'm gonna go get you some real medicine for pain. That's like a lot in a bottle. So that way, if you were hurting, you could take them every 6 hours or whatever, every 8 hours, whatever the case may be. Like my pain, your pain is like for me, if a person I'm with, or I love, or whatever is in pain, like I'm feeling like, yo, I'm taking care of this like right away. So we go, and he started. I think I forgot what he said or did or whatever, but he was like, no, we're not going. I'm like, we're going. I called the one pharmacy that was open 24 hours, and I was just making sure because we're gonna drive all the way like probably like a 40, maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. Okay. Well, so I'm telling him we gotta go to the pharmacy. We go to the pharmacy and we're looking around for the kind of medicine that he needs that will help him. So we get the medicine, and then my nails were a mess. Like my nails, okay, you know how you are when you're a girl. Your nails are a mess. You're not really trying to go out in public like that. So I brought my nail because I do my own nails, obviously. So I brought my own. I brought my tips. I brought my dipping kit and all that. I don't know if this is a do. They probably won't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you do, but I bought the kit so that I can do my nails, for the tip from the tips. So I'm gonna do my whole nail set so we can go like we're supposed to be going places. So I want to make sure my nails are looking right, nice and pretty and clean. And then where I didn't have the powder that I need for my nail. Oh shit! All right, hold on. Hello. All right, what are you doing? Oh, hold on. Huh? Hold on. Oh, I think. Huh?
What's up? What's up? What are you doing?
I'm not doing nothing. I just got home like an hour ago. Like an hour, probably like an hour ago. So what are you doing?
Nothing there.
Oh, what would you just say?
I got up.
Mhm.
I went to help my uncle with some bags on 149th for Grand Concourse.
Mhm.
And then we came back here to the house, and then we kind of like straightened up the house a bit. And then I just I kind of fell asleep.
You kind of fell asleep, or you fell asleep?
Yeah, I fell asleep.
Oh. Okay. So what you doing now?